Now, you probably think you know almost everything about the world around you. But the truth is, there are tons of facts they don't teach you in school that can completely change your view of the world. For example, every time you recall a certain memory, your brain distorts it, slowly making it less and less accurate. Kinda wears out after a while. Chameleons change their color depending on their current mood, so they really can get the blues. However, the temperature of its surroundings can be a powerful factor too. You can distinguish hot water from cold just by listening to it. Hot water basically produces a higher pitch sound when poured. Me? I just stick my finger in it, but sometimes that hurts. Some cats can be allergic to humans, thanks to certain chemicals on our skin. What goes around comes around, huh? Experts are sure that we have not just 5, but somewhere between 22 and 33 different senses. These include nociception, the ability to feel pain, chronoception, the sense of time passing, and many others, like fartoception, the sense of gas passing. In Switzerland, owning only one guinea pig or parrot is considered to be animal abuse. That's because they're highly social creatures and need regular interaction with other species. So, introduce your guinea pig to your parrot. That'd be an odd couple, but hey, we're not judgmental here on the bright side. Technically, the Earth and all the other planets don't orbit around the Sun. They're orbiting around a center of mass in the solar system, which just happens to be very close to the Sun. It took the creator of the Rubik's Cube 1 month to solve his own puzzle. The cute and colorful Cuban bee hummingbird weighs less than a regular penny, but it's worth far more. There are only 2 body parts that never stop growing throughout your whole life: your nose and your ears. Boy, then Dumbo's really in trouble. Everybody's favorite bubble wrap was originally meant to be a simple textured paper. However, its sales failed spectacularly. It got popular only when IBM started looking for a material to protect their goods during transportation. Fish experience a wide range of emotions, from fear to joy, and can actually feel pain. I wish I hadn't read that. I like seafood. Or I did. People from the same family smell pretty much the same. That's nature's way of preventing possible genetic mutations. Maybe that's your family, pal. Mine? Pretty smelly. Tons of things you use on a daily basis are covered in bacteria. For example, your keyboard, handbag, and kitchen sponge have way more bacteria than your toilet seat, and we've actually gone to your house and checked. The sense of falling that you may experience when you dream comes from your brain falling asleep way too fast. Our brains can't create new faces, so at one point you've met all the people you ever saw in your dreams. Mumbai doctors have found that the liver can regrow in just 3 weeks. According to studies, marrying your best friend lowers the risk of getting a divorce by over 70%. Of course, you should ask your spouse for permission first. Hard-working ants sleep only 8 minutes every 12 hours. Moreover, their brain activity remains pretty high even when they're resting. Women have twice as many pain receptors as men. However, they also have a higher pain tolerance, probably because they have to deal with men. To be able to stand straight and remain attentive for long periods of time, Chinese military men put a small needle right in their collar. Ow! Some people are more emotional than others simply because their brains produce way more chemicals. I think I may have more formaldehyde than most. The average snail has more than 14,000 teeth, and some of them can cause you real damage. But do they brush after meals on your plants? Using a tiny toothbrush? A study from New Zealand discovered that pigeons can do simple math. Well, that adds up. The inventor of the PIN number, which is redundant, originally made it to be 6 digits long. But since his wife said she could only remember 4 figures, he changed it. Good boy. People who know 2 or more languages subconsciously change their personality depending on the language they're speaking at the moment. Back in the 20th century, Iowa native Charles Osborne hiccuped for 68 years straight, probably right through church and everything too. Researchers recently found that bats know how to address one another individually and even have small disputes from time to time. So that's why they get upside down? According to British specialists, cows develop strong social bonds and even have their own BFFs. Bovine friends forever. Romantic butterflies in your stomach are caused by adrenaline flooding your body. Wow, I thought it was due to eating caterpillars for lunch. The longest book title ever contains 1,809 words and 11,284 characters. Now, did anyone ever read this book or just get stopped by the title? Every single person on Earth has abs. Abdominals. It's just that they're covered with a natural layer of fat. Oh, I feel better now. Psychologists say that good morning and good night text messages activate the part of our brain responsible for happiness. So what does good grief elicit? The latest studies on human memory state that we can remember no more than 3 or 4 things at a time. Psychologists believe that it only takes 4 minutes for your brain to decide whether you like somebody or not. Science says that when a person you love rejects you, your brain has the same reaction as it does to physical pain. Duh. By the way, biochemically speaking, romantic love is almost identical to having a serious obsessive-compulsive disorder. If 2 lovers look in each other's eyes for about 3 minutes, their heart rates will synchronize, and the beat goes on. Whether you lose or gain weight, your fat cells never disappear, they just change their size. So your fat cells themselves can go on a diet. The name Jessica was created by Shakespeare for his play Merchant of Venice, and Simpson was created for a cartoon family in Springfield. Mars' daytime sky is dusty red, and its dusks are a beautiful shade of blue. Martians themselves are little and green. The founders of Portland both wanted to name it after their hometowns. They decided to flip a coin, and if it landed the other way around, the city would be named Boston. The shortest war ever lasted only 38 minutes. There's a lesson here somewhere. According to some studies, dogs can easily smell a specific scent that cancer produces in a person. Cats have 2 separate sets of vocal cords. They use one of them for purring and another one for meowing, just like narrators. The Apollo astronauts who got to fly to the moon had to go through U.S. Customs after they got back. Yeah, it was a joke. Those funny NASA guys. Sweat itself doesn't have any odor at all. It's the bacteria on your skin that breaks it down and causes it to smell bad. Barbie doll's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. So she's really Barbie Millie Bob. The Twitter logo bird also has a name, Larry. It was named after Larry Bird, a former NBA player who used to play for one of the Twitter co-founders' home state team. A British study stated that on average, children ask about 300 questions, or 1 question every 2.5 minutes every day. It is possible to sneeze with your eyes open. It's just that most of the time, your blinking instinct naturally kicks in. Yeah, I've sprayed my windshield a few times myself. If you keep a goldfish in a dark room, it'll eventually become a bit paler. There are more fake flamingos in the world than real ones. Most of them vacation in Miami. Contagious yawning can occur if you hear, see, or even think about yawning. And it's not only humans who are affected by it, chimpanzees experience this too. So does my dog. If a person cries from happiness, the first tear will always come out of their right eye. And on the contrary, if you're crying out of sadness or frustration, it's your left eye that'll tear up first. Just check. Worn by men. Persian soldiers wore them to secure their feet while riding horses back in the 15th century. Well, gee guys, New research confirmed that dolphin moms sing their own names to their unborn babies and teach them a signature whistle right before their birth. Every single time a little girl is born in the beautiful village of Paplantry, India, village members plant 111 trees in her honor. The world's youngest parents lived in China in 1910 and were just 8 and 9 years old. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Giraffes often use their 21-inch tongues to clean their ears. Wouldn't that be handy? On average, our attention span reaches its peak after just 10 minutes. Psychologists believe that we subconsciously form strong emotional connections with people we sing with. The first ever product called iPhone wasn't actually produced by Apple. It was a mobile device made by Cisco. Wearing your headphones for 1 hour straight increases the amount of bacteria in your ears by 700 times. Then maybe they should call them earbugs. It would take you about 100 years to watch every single video on YouTube. Hey, so save time and just watch Brightside. Every 2 minutes, people all around the world take more pictures than were taken in the whole 19th century. The Eiffel Tower was originally designed for Barcelona. However, they didn't like the design, so Gustave Eiffel gave it to Paris. So there. In 1673, New York was captured by the Dutch and called New Orange in honor of William III of Orange for about a year. Queen Elizabeth II is actually related to Vlad the Impaler, the famous Dracula prototype. The longest time ever between twins being born is 87 days. Woo! According to certain data, malaria has killed nearly 50 billion people during the entire existence of humans. Considering the fact that demographers believe that only about 100 billion people have been born since the Earth was formed, that makes half of the planet's population. Babies can actually cry in the womb. It takes a person 66 days to form a steady habit. One Taiwanese restaurant serves food in little miniature toilets. Does it arrive with the lid up or down? The longest traffic incident ever happened in China back in August of 2010. People got stuck in a 62-mile-long traffic jam for 12 days. Some turtles can breathe through their butts and pee through their mouths. Once more, I can see where that might come in handy. The founder of Match.com was dumped by his girlfriend for another guy she actually met through Match.com. Being lonely for long periods of time is just as bad for your health as smoking nearly 15 cigarettes a day. A farmer from Argentina planted a guitar-shaped forest in memory of his wife. Doesn't say here whether he ever fretted about it. Get it? Fretted? Okay, never mind. Well, wasn't that a weird list? Anyways, what's the most shocking fact you found out recently? Let me know down in the comments. If you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share it with a friend. But hey, don't go anywhere just yet. We have over 2,000 cool videos for you to check out. All you have to do is pick the left or right video, click on it, and enjoy. Stay on the bright side of life.